WMZ Races. Yep, we've got Dave Jacobs live in the bunch, and Eddie Younger also up there. Out.
Eddie's very sharp in the bunch. He's a certainty for winning seconds down your sprint, and might cost him a place or two. Very fast front bunch. Eddie just looks like he was here.
We're just
All the Waratahs of note, you can see Marcus Judd, very strong. Luke Williams from LACC, he looks like he belongs. And the others, out to you a little bit later in the broadcast.
Yeah, we're just looking at Eddie Younger now, and he looks very comfortable in the lead in the lead bunch. We've got a lead bunch of maybe 15 riders, 20 riders at the most. 25 riders in the lead bunch with Dave Jacobs, Eddie Younger. There's probably a few other names that we might recognise. Oh, there is a little bit of a break right. There's a P Grant HVR rider off the front. We'll just. Okay. P Grant is still hooning along at 3.5, 4 watts a kilo, putting out to 300 watts. He's got a very high heart rate, 170 beats per minute. Could be one of the younger members of the peloton. And we're in the world of Maku Islands, the Japanese world today. First time on this race course for the WMZ races. And the little climbs and ascents up to the villages on the island have really taken their toll on the lead bunch. Down from us. Yeah. So that combination of those little inclines, there's a fair amount of elevation in this course, not too dissimilar.
Similar to the Australian Championships course in Buninyong.
Ooh,
climbing or you're descending.
Yes, that's very.
What are you going to say it's similar to?
Yeah, very similar to Lansdowne, a sort of 7 vertical meters per kilometre kind of ascent.
Another world-renowned circuit.
Yes, up there with Buninyong. Oh, we've got Jace Green. How is Jace going? Where is he in the bunch?
I'm just picking up the water bottles that people are dropping.
He's picking up the souvenir water bottles.
2.5 to go as we come into the top castle village. The bunch is all pretty much together. No real signs of any acceleration yet.
But the speed has been a factor. That was very fast out of the starting pens on a slight decline downhill. It was reaching speeds well over 60 kilometres an hour in the main bunch, and for the first 5 or 10 minutes it was easily on 4 watts a kilo in the first half dozen riders.
Wow.
So a very fast start to the race today. We're looking at Luke Williams, a Lidcombe Auburn rider, who's been he's been on the podium and been in the vouchers over the last few weeks, so he's one to watch. He's actually gone on a bit of a spurt off the front just as we switched to him.
He's using his drafting cheat as well to give himself a little bit of an extra boost.
He does appear to be dropping his power up at the moment, just over the crest through the sprint segment. And he's
bunch are coming for him now with 1.6 to go.
And he's just started
Eddie Younger can go.
started the descent. There's a Steve Newman and the P Grant following him, and Dave Jacobs is up there leading the charge of the main bunch. Looks like Luke Williams is trying to get into a super tuck, but hasn't quite got the speed.
Eddie Younger's in there, sitting about 10.
And they can't be far from the finish now. This is only a few k's, 1.1 kilometres from the... And Luke Williams has been dropped. dropped by the main bunch. He went straight through the main bunch as they wheeled past.
Oh well, it's a good speculator, but it's come to nothing yet again.
Well, we're starting to see some very high watts per kilo up into the red zone. Once they get over 8 watts a kilo, you start to see those numbers go red. And they're starting to spread out. Look at this. The field is really stretching out now. Somebody's putting on a bit of an attack at the... This is going to be a very fast finish. They're up over 70 kilometres an hour. This will really be a fast man's finish. Who has got the sprint legs to take this out? You can see the finish banner. There's power-ups being deployed. And it looks like, yes, they're all in the red there, all in well over 8 watts a kilo. That was a fantastic finish, but very spread out. It wasn't much of a bunch sprint. It was a very select finish. So
our Eddie's come 39th overall, and I believe 17th in B grade. So well done to Eddie Younger from WMZ 615 team.
And how about Dave Jacobs? You want to give us a bit of a summary of how you feel the race went?
Oh, look, it was very fast. You take the hills out. In real life, you take out the hills, you get wind. In Zwift, if you take out the hills, you just get very high speeds all the way. And no surging, no sort of recovery time. So it was a real tough man's race. And good luck to those who've got places and will go on to win vouchers.
Yes. We'll go back to Ausdirt.
I'd just like to thank Brett McMurtry and the team for putting on all these Zwift events over the lockdown winter period. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that would thank him for his work in having those organised, and there's certainly been a fun little Sunday event. So thank you, Brett.
Very nice. He's looking to come into the finish now. I wonder if we can go and capture Brett on one of the other Discord channels. Unfortunately, we couldn't get Brett on another channel. He must be on radio silence today, focusing on his form. But as we look at Brett, he's only less than a kilometre from the finish. He's got what appears to be a Cervelo and a disc rear wheel, so a very aero setup. But at 2.5 watts a kilo, he's probably not feeling very aero at the moment.
Listen, I think we've got to congratulate all the people that have done some good indoor training over the winter lockdown. I think it's been very good for their fitness. And I'll just say, enjoy getting out, riding more on the road and racing on the road. Just remember, there's one big factor at play: gravity. And those who are light that win Zwift races may not be as powerful in the real thing.
Yeah. And as we switch back, there's a few other stragglers. We're looking at Jace Green here, who's just easing up one of the inclines heading into the top village. He said he's been picking up water bottles, but I can only see those ride-ons in his rear pockets.
I think Jason's done a fantastic job. He's lost about 15 kilos over the winter lockdown period, and he's ready to hit Waratahs racing on a Sunday morning hard. So well done, Jason, and we look forward to seeing you out there racing soon.
I mean, he could be trying to make a case for a demotion to C grade at the moment with this performance in the Waratah races. And we've just been joined by Eddie Younger. Eddie, how did you get on? You're live on WMZ recording of B grade. How did the race go for Eddie Younger? You were up in the main bunch even to the end.
Yeah, I was actually. It's a big bunch, and there's always a very fast start. So if you're not up amongst it from the start, then you're gone. So you got to go full gas from the get-go, get into the front bunch, and then things settle down after about 10k. And then we just rode a bit of tempo, and then of course you got all the big hitters, you know, start positioning themselves from about 4Ks out. Then you start to see a few parks and used from about 1K out, and then it's all hell for leather after that.
Yeah.
But good race, fast as always on a short course like this. 26 kilometers flat. So yeah, I think my average speed was 45 k's an hour. Average power was about 244 watts. So yeah, I'm pretty happy given yesterday wasn't an easy cruiser.
Yeah, we're just watching Jason Green fly past the Oz Dirt Doctor, who's just soft pedalling. You know, he finds it difficult to ride hard and commentate on the race at the same time. So kudos to Jace Green for taking him on like that. But Jace, as Dave was saying, has really enjoyed the indoor training over the last few lockdown months.
It's been a lifesaver, absolute lifesaver. I think not only has it kept us fit, but it's kept us mentally sane as well, I think. You know, if we'd have been locked up for all those weeks,
I think
looking at four walls.
insanity is a relative term, but I think you're right. Relative
It
is
is
insane.
insane.
I'd enjoy it more on Seagrave where I can be. Yeah, Brett.
Oh, you're right. I've seen you in B Group today.
I've been in B
Yeah,
grade.
there
I was in
we
B
go.
grade. I was in B grade for 5 days.
Really? Oh, I thought I seen you in the middle there up further up the road.
Alright, we're going to sign off. That was a fantastic, very frenetic finish. Good to see Dave Jacobs and Eddie Younger up there in the leading group that
Yeah,
contested
well
the
done,
fifth.
Dave, well done,